Hey, this is Creaky Ranger Gaming, and we are reviewing Injustice: Gods Among Us. Story for this game. Well, let's see. Superman kills Joker after he is poisoned or brainwashed into believing Lois is Doomsday, and kills her, so Supes goes nuts and takes over the world, and forces other heroes and villains to follow his orders. It's up to you to stop the so-called Justice Lords and save the world. The story for this game has been used before in many DC comics, including Infinite Crisis and the other Elseworld stories. Most notably used in the Justice League animated series by Bruce Timm with the Justice Lords. While it has been used before, the story still is fulfilling for a fighting game. Gameplay. So this game plays just like any other fighter, except for environmental objects that you can smack or blow up in your opponent's face. Along with the environmental objects are stage transitions. They're back better than ever from the original Mortal Kombat's. You had to uppercut and it really sucked to get them to work half the time. Now you just hit back and B for the Wii U version. I'm not sure about the PlayStation 3. I think it's B for Xbox as well. But other than that, you can smack your opponent into like the Phantom Zone or knock them through a boom tube to be smacked by Darkseid and shot by his Omega Beams, which is sweet! The tweaks to the core makeup of a fighting game just makes me so hopeful for a sequel for this video game, or change the name and make it a franchise, because the whole Gods Among Us thing really doesn't work for the title for me. I don't know about anyone else. Character choice. This is something I believe is very important for games, but probably even more so in a fighting game. Character choice can either make or break a good fighting game. The only problem I have with the character choice in this game is that they could have dropped a couple bat villains for the likes of Captain Cold and maybe some more rogues. I feel that this would have been a great time for DC to showcase some of its less popular heroes and villains. Like, where was Martian Manhunter? Anybody? Anybody? Anybody?
Doomsday.
Multiplayer. Let's face it, very few people in the world buy a fighting game for the story mode alone. We buy these games to kick our friends' asses and assert our nerd dominance. So will this game's multiplayer cut it for the hardcore fighting game enthusiast? Well, I have to say yes and no. While there are issues with some balance between some characters, Deathstroke, I'm looking at you, bud. The only major issue I see with the tournament scene for this game is the environmental objects and the stage transitions. Because a few players could potentially wreck his opponent in a few well-timed and executed combos, but thankfully, NetherRealm Studios gave us the option to turn these things off in-game. So now all we have to do is create a punishment for all those Deathstroke spammers out there. The verdict. Well, why this game does have its issues regarding game balance, Deathstroke spammers, or Spamstroke for short. At the end of the day, it's a game where I can smack the likes of Doomsday with a glass jar holding a Starro. Or Superman. I mean, come on. There's hardly any games that get better than that. Or I can be Batman and kick the crap out of the Joker. Pretty fun in my book. So, I'm going to give this game an 8.5 out of 10. Rant time! Now, I love how third parties bitch and moan about how their games don't sell well on Nintendo consoles. Well, maybe. Just maybe, if you gave us the same game and features, like able to have private matches with our friends on the Wii U version, we wouldn't be so mad and not buy your damn games. Hey, I have an idea. Why don't we all take a page from Ubisoft and give us the same damn game we give everyone else? I want my DLC characters. I want my costumes. Hell, I don't care if I have to pay a little extra for the DLC or whatever you gotta do. Give me my damn characters.